this practice, and I know that you have been doing something new as well. And novelty, there is so much healing in novelty when we expose ourselves to new things. And not only is it really hydrating for our fascia network inside of our body, practicing movement that is different outside of our trained patterns and our kind of repetitious movement or our go-to exercises. But it's so healing for our minds, and it opens up our mind inside of our body. So cheers to us. Yes, cheers to us. I'm wondering what it is that you've gotten out of this practice so far, what kind of length that you've been able to uncover in your belly, and more space that you've been able to lift through your heart. I would love any feedback. Any and all comments are welcome. Constructive feedback. If you didn't receive what it is that you've come to receive, let me know. If you have received what it is that you've come to receive, let me know. Let me know. I love it. And by far the best way that you could support me is just sharing this with anyone who it is that you think would benefit as well. Let's hop into today's movement practice. We're going to start today on a chair, so please grab yourself a chair with a nice small pillow prop if that's something that really supports you, if you've discovered. And I'm going to scoot my chair back so you can get a better visual of my body. I'm wearing hot pink pants because it's Friday and today's on day 5. So, it's in the spirit of vitality, brightness. And coming to your chair, pull out the flesh of your glutes, pulling them wide and up towards your sacrum. And so the butt is always mounding. Every time you sit, it's an invitation to pull out your glutes, even while it is that you're driving. I'm wondering if you feel a difference in your lower back when you do that. If so, let me know. And we're going to step the feet about shoulder width distance, and the feet are just slightly back of the knees, very subtly. And let's welcome ourselves into our body space, into our breath space, as we gently close the eyes and begin to sip in a deeper breath, in through the nose and out through the nose. And let's take an inhale together and let a sigh out, just a deep sigh if it feels appropriate in your space. I'll bring a little shake into it, opening and closing the jaw, just releasing any tension that could be bound. Let's do that one more time. It feels so good. Inhale. Walk your hands up to your belly. Give yourself some belly. Give your belly some love with this gentle touch. Guiding your breath so deep into the space of your belly where all of our organs live, the womb lives. Pausing here, take a breath. Lift your hands, give yourself a great big hug. Yay, you made it. We're on day 5. You can lower your elbows towards your chest, but really fill through your back heart. Move your side ribs wide as you lift your ribs. Take a gentle arc to the left. Lift your right ribs into the air and then bow your belly forward. Just allow it to go forward while relaxing your back. Ribs on the rise. Radiance is on the rise as you lift your ribs back through center. Switch out the cross of your arms. Give yourself a nice little arc on the opposite direction. Your top ribs lifting towards the sky. With each breath, cultivating more space in your side bodies by lifting your ribs and rooting your hips. Soften your lower back. Lift the ribs. Lift through center. Let's bring the hands into headrest. So I'm going to lower the left hand to the back of the head, and you're holding your skull like you're palming a basketball. Angle your left elbow forward and stack your right hand on top of your left, but the left fingers are like puzzle piecing to the center palm of your right hand. Now, lift your chin out of your throat so that the neck is lengthening. Soften your shoulders and lift your ribs. And on your next exhalation, lift and arc to the left. Lift your right ribs into the air. Soften your lower back as you allow your belly to bow forward, but then simultaneously fill your back heart. So we're not just flaring through the front ribs. We want the whole rib cage to be lifting as a unit. Lift through center and then switch out the hands. The right hand will cup the back of the head. Stack your left hand on top of it. The fingers, they nestle right into the palm of the left hand. Narrow your elbows. And before we arc, just take a moment in this power pose with an open belly and open throat. Your radiance from your heart spilling all over your body. It's shining through your whole body as you gently take an arc to the right. Lean back through your head. Keep your back ribs full. Left ribs are on the rise. Relax your belly, but keep the back heart wide, spacious, and full. Lift through center. One more time on each side. Left hand lowers to your head. Stack the right hand on top of the left. Arc to the left. Take a deep breath. Soften and relax your toes into the ground. Separate your teeth and seal your lips. Keep your tongue soft to the roof of the mouth as you lift through center. Switch it out. Right hand lowers to your head. Narrow your elbows. The narrowed elbows will help to keep the space in your heart full, the ribs wide. Arc to the right. Relax your traps. Fill and lift your ribs. Root your hips. Soften your back. Lift through center. Lift the arms. Oh my goodness, it's a great day to be alive. Let's just embrace this moment, embrace this day with our open arms, our open heart. Lift your chin out of your throat so there's more space in the neck. When we cultivate space in the neck, we cultivate space in the belly. Lower your hands to your legs, but keep your ribs full. Let's just do that one more time. Lift the arms and then lower the arms, but keep the spaciousness, the expansiveness, the width living through your ribs, even as you lower your arms, changing hands positions. Walk your feet together. Stack your your left ankle over your right knee. Hold the outside of your left knee and the inside of your ankle. Gosh, rights and lefts right now. Okay, now hold your left knee, just kind of bring it in towards your body and then move your butt back. Soften your belly and fill your ribs. Begin to lean forward with a long belly, only a few inches. You don't really need much to get a lot out of this. Am I right? Am I right? You feeling it? Yeah. So this is so different from what we commonly do, which is shorten the belly and look. So long belly, full ribs, rooted hips. Guide us forward. Inhale. Connect with your central channel. Lift, lower. Switch it out. Right ankle crosses over left knee. Hold the outside of your right knee with your right hand. Hey, sorry, my dog's about to bark. Hey, stop. And then with your left hand, hold the left ankle. And then widen your butt back. Begin to reach your ribs forward. Take a deep breath and then connect with the lifting of your ribs with the rooting of your hips. Really back and wide, so we're connecting with that double S curve. Oh yeah. Inhale, lift, lower your right foot to the ground. Step your feet shoulder width distance apart. And then we're gonna push into the ground with the paws, widen your butt back and come to stand. Let's just do that one more time. Keep your toes low to the ground, not lifting from the ground. As you bend your knees, booty back, soften your belly and your lower back as you lower to the lower. And then we're staying alive inside of that central long channel that I've talked a lot about as we then lift. So doesn't that feel different than just like plopping down and dropping the hips? Like, give me a thumbs up if that feels different, if you can notice the change as you really broaden your butt back to lift the ribs. And the broad hips, the broad ribs is what is going to create length and strength through the belly, which naturally begins to narrow the waistline. Okay, so we're gonna still work with our chair in a wide stance, forward fold. Walk your chair, I'm gonna ditch my pillow. Walk your chair about arm's width distance from your body, and the legs are pretty wide, your toes are pointing forward. Bend your knees, a soft little bend, and then push into your chair to into your chair to elevate and fill your ribs. Soften the elbows, be mindful of not hyperextending. And then we're going to relax the belly and feel that gentle flare of your butt. The lower back curve is present, your thoracic curve is present. Now bend with the hips and the sitting bones wide and extend. Bend and extend. The bottom of your butt is lifting towards the sky, and we're staying long through the belly through each rotation or each pulse. 3, you're light through the heels, more rooted through the paws of your feet. 2 and 1. Now bend into your left leg and extend your right. Keep the energy pushing down through your arms to elevate your ribs, and then bring a micro bend into your right knee, lift your right butt, and then bend through both of your knees, bend into your right knee and extend your left. Oh, hello, inner thighs. Yeah, you feeling it in your thighs? Micro bend your left knee, widen your left butt towards the sky, a couple more times on each side. And we want the energy of the pelvic floor to be open and wide, spacious. And inhale, let's walk the hands onto the knees in a horseshoe hand. So thumbs are in the inseam and fingers are on the outseam of the leg. And for this moment, just drop your bum and curl in and really be mindful about filling your back heart space. Your back heart, yeah. And we're in this embryonic shape. Now we're going to unfurl, keeping the back heart full, because the back heart full is the key to our success and our healing. Now push your knees forward and bloom your butt. Push into your legs with your arms to lift your back and your front ribs. Keep the side ribs wide. Shift the weight into the paws of your feet. And on your next inhalation, push into the ground to rise. Lift the arms towards the sky, greeting this moment with a full breath. The arms are in the front plane of the body. Go ahead and curl your fingers in with a soft bend into your knees. Open your belly to this moment. It takes courage, strength, bravery to open our bellies, especially in a closed world, right? Cross your right ankle or your right wrist over your left. The arms are still in the front plane of the body. Bring a soft bend into your knees. Elbows bend wide and begin to arc to the left. Push your wrists into each other just a little bit to feel that resistance as the right ribs lift. Now bend, but sit your hips, imagining that you are sitting into your chair. Extend, bend, extend. Notice that it's going to feel way different imagining that we're sitting into a chair versus just dropping the hips down and closing the pelvic floor. Bright inhalation lifts the ribs. Lift your arms to center, switch out the cross of the arms. Moving in the front plane of the body. Notice my arms are in front of my face. Lift your left ribs towards the sky. Bend your knees, sit your bum back. You don't have to sit back very much. Left ribs escorting so high. Send your hips back. Your right ear is arcing behind your right shoulder. Sweet, deep inhalations moving through your torso, softening your fascia. And inhale, lift through center. Release the arms and let's low globe the hands. The low globe is the fingers touching at belly button. And then we're going to sit, step narrow. Keep your gaze focused at the horizon and your ribs full. What keeps the ribs full here is the elbows moving forward into this expansion, right? They're not just like deflated. See that difference? So, and then smiling open through the collarbones. Sit, step wide, sit, step, narrow. Imagine that you're sprouting a big tail from your sacrum, and it's like a dinosaur tail. Lift your ribs. 3, sit steps. 2, wide and narrow. And 1, let's land wide. Come to your mat, and we're going to finish it out with a little bit of humble cat, a couple variations. So coming to your space, the feet are wide, the toes are pointing forward. Think about how often you are bending over to pick something up from the ground. What is so amazing about Bowspring is that it's an alignment to take you into all of your everyday activities. So this is a great little tutorial to remember when you are picking up your clothes or your kids' toys from the ground. A really great way to support your lower back and your full body is to, when you're bending over to pick something up, step wide. Bend your knees forward. Begin to reach forward, keeping your belly long, and retrieve whatever it is that you're retrieving. So just imagine that you're getting something, and your butt stays really anchored back, your ribs are full. Yeah, good job. Okay, let's walk one hand to the ground, followed by the other. Step it out, and step it back. Lower your knees to the ground. Untuck your toes and press the tops of your feet where your shoelaces are gently down and forward. Now push your knees wide into the mat. Only like 3% of your energy. It doesn't really have to be that much. Push the floor away to find a ground expansion, your back heart full, your front ribs full, side ribs wide. And now we're going to take a couple of pulsations forward and back. Root each fingertip into the ground. Keep your double S curve, the spinal wave, present through each pulse. Meaning, I don't go so far back that I drop my butt. Okay, we want to stay alive inside of the pulses. Now as you pulse, soften your belly, deepen your breath, and on your exhalation, let's walk the knees just a little bit closer together and open your right leg into a humble cat. The right foot is more at a diagonal, and we want to step the right foot to be in alignment with the left shin so that you can untuck the butt. You cannot untuck the butt if it steps too far forward. See, I'm tucking here. So untuck, plug your back left foot in by dragging it down and forward, bloom your butt and bloom your ribs, pushing your ribs away from the earth. Sit back, pulse. Deepen your breath through your nose, seal your lips. Shift your weight into your left arm, and we're going to lift the right arm and bring it into headrest, holding the back of the head. Narrow your elbow and begin to arc your right ribs towards the sky. Oh, glory, hallelujah, glory, hallelujah. I just love this one. Now lean back. Take your gaze more centered at the horizon, meaning that it's just right in front of you. You're not looking up. So you're getting long through here as your elbow hugs in. Sit back. Then lean back through your head, your heart, and your hips as you arc over your left shoulder. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Let's let that energy sing through your body as you gift your tissues with this new movement, and you're joined with your breath, joined with intention. Lower your right hand, lower your right foot and your right knee. Take a moment, sit on your heels. If that's not available, you can sit on a block. Just feel the energy of the right side compared to the left. And then we'll take it into the other side. Lift your hips from your heels. Plug your feet in by pushing the tops of the feet down and forward. Root your hips back. Notice that I'm not tucking and just dropping here, right? Root the hips back. Reach the arms forward. Lower your hands to the ground in this all fours position and open your left leg into a humble cat. Plug your back foot in by dragging it down and forward. Step your left foot to align with your right shin in that Goldilocks position that's going to allow you to untuck your butt. Just like when we're sitting, we're untucking the butt. It's always lifting up towards the sacrum. Push into the ground to find more radiance lifting through your ribs. More space coming into your waistline as your ribs rise and your hips root. Now shift your weight into your right arm and you're going to lift your left. Place your left hand at the back of your head for headrest. Now angle your left elbow in so it's not going wide, it's going in, and begin to pull the crown of your head forward and to the right just a little bit as you arc your left ribs high to the sky. Deepen your breath. Open your pelvic floor through a soft belly. Part your teeth and seal your lips. Here for 3. Leaning back through your head, your heart, and your hips. And it's like you're pole vaulting over your right shoulder. We're not just collapsing down and dropping weight into the joints. And 1, lower your left hand, your left foot, and your left knee. Okay, give yourself a little wag here, a little happy dog action, because like, what do happy dogs do? Like, they're like, okay, then let's take happy dog up into our face, because why not? It's Friday, and just give it a little like, yeah, I'm a happy dog, and a little, it can be really fun and playful. And then pause. Go ahead and take a seat, and if kneeling feels okay for you, or if you want to head to a chair, then do that, and just give yourself a moment to close your eyes, to seal your practice with such gratitude that you have shown up for yourself in this challenge, in this movement to learn new things and to become stronger and to really better yourself. Otherwise, you would not be here. And that's a beautiful way to show up for yourself. That reflects and is seen by your family, maybe not physically seen, but energetically seen. It's felt. It's so supportive in all ways to life. So thank you. Can lift our hands to our forehead, and just with deep reverence, we can bow inward, nourishing our radiance with our breath and our awareness. And then lifting that radiance through our body and shining it through our arms, we can open the arms and greet this moment anew. What a treat. Thank you, everyone, so much for being here. What a treat to guide you, to introduce you to this really life-changing and incredible movement practice. And it is, it's really such a joy for me, such a joy for me. So if you received value from this, please let me know. Share it with your friends. I have an amazing course, an 8-week course that really dives into these principles, and that I'm launching next week. And if you want more information about that, I'll be sharing with you how to save some money on it if you join to the challenge and, you know, those promo things. But yeah, what a pleasure. Thank you so much. And I hope that you have a really beautiful day, and I look forward to being in touch. Do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions, always, concerns, curiosities, all of the above. But from my radiant heart, my growing radiant heart, to your growing radiant heart, we meet in radiance, and what a beautiful space to be. So many blessings. Have a beautiful day.